Oh y'all, how's everybody been doing? So today is Wednesday. We are in South Charlotte, and tonight we'll be going up to Nashville, 462 miles. So let's go to get these hooked up. So hopefully you guys have all been doing well. Hopefully you've been enjoying, these last few videos that I've been doing. It's been a pretty good week. I didn't film at all last week. I think I said in one of my videos, I think what I'm gonna start doing is I'm only gonna film like when I go somewhere that I haven't shown you guys before or taken you guys before. There ain't no sense in y'all seeing the same terminals like Atlanta, Tampa, Valdosta. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So we're not too heavy. We got 21 on my lead and 17 on the rear. Oops, come on. There we go. So this week is driver appreciation week. So shout out to South Charlotte. They had grilled, some burgers, some hot dogs. Oh man. Hold on, y'all. One thing about these dollies, all it takes is just a little incline, just a slightest incline or a crack, and you're not gonna be able to move that dolly. So let's try this again. Let's try this again. There we go. Door 30. So to get from Charlotte to Nashville, before, that whole thing, with the gorge, before we could just take 26 to 40, if you're coming from Charlotte and you're going to like maybe Nashville, Knoxville, up that way. But now, even though it's open, they still don't want us running through the gorge. So to get there, I'm gonna jump on, of course, 85, take US 74, catch 26, run 26 all the way up to 81, and then drop down to catch 40 that way. I don't know exactly how many more extra miles that is versus the old mileage, but they're still paying us, to go this way. So it's all good. So I'm sure you've noticed in some videos, you know, they're hooked, some they aren't. For those who don't know, you know, some places you go to, they'll hook it for you. Some you do it for yourself. You do it yourself. But one thing I've noticed, you know, since we're a little slow, you know, terminals that I would normally hook at, I've noticed, you know, that they've been doing it. I don't know if it's to cut down on paying the drivers for the hooks or if it's just because they have hostlers. But you know, like I was at CSD last night, there was once a time where I almost always had to hook it and break it. But you know, lately they've been doing it. For me though, it's really not a big deal. If it's hooked, I'll hook it. If I don't, then hey, it is what it is. All right. Almost perfect. Hooked up, did my checks of everything, so let's hit that road. So far, like I said earlier, so far the week's been going pretty well. Last week was pretty good. The week before that was decent. hopefully we can finish it off strong. So for those who don't know, we have 3 terminals in Charlotte. This one, as I said in the beginning, is our South Charlotte, and then we have Charlotte, and then we have a break bulk. Our Charlotte and break bulk, of course, they're pretty much like connected. I don't come to this one too often. It's usually the break bulk one that I go to the most. That's all I got for now. I'm gonna put on some time lapse and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Nashville. I'm still on Interstate 26, just entering Tennessee. And I almost forgot just how hilly 26 is. It's been a minute since I've been in this particular section. I almost forgot about all these damn downgrades. So for those who might be, new to, driving trucks, when it comes to these downgrades, you do not want to rise your brakes. You don't want to smoke them, and you damn sure don't want to be, one of those truckers on that runaway ramp. All you got to do is utilize your engine brake, Jake brake. And if you do it right, you almost will never have to use your actual brakes. Like as I'm going down, I haven't touched my brakes not one time because I'm using, my engine brake. Just take your time. Now there is another Southeastern guy ahead of me, and I'm pretty sure he takes this route every single night, probably, so he's used to it, But overall, just take your time. It's not a rush. Speed limit is 50 for, semis. But I don't even know how long this is. Runaway ramp. Oh, it's another runaway ramp. 1 mile. Slow and steady. So I actually found out we can run the gorge, through 40. I made some, phone calls, just to verify if we can or not. I know there are drivers, within the company that do, run it. But me, I decided I'm just gonna, play it safe and, just take 26 all the way up to 81 and drop back down. Like I said earlier, they're paying us to go that way, so I'll just go that way. You can say what you want, but oh, I don't need a CB, I don't need a CB. Okay. So that CB is saving me a whole lot of time right now. I'm currently going through Knoxville, and I had heard on the CB, you know, they got the westbound shut down. The trailer is on fire. So when I heard that, instantly checked the maps, and sure enough, yep. So I jumped off, got on Interstate 140, took that to US 11, which I'm currently on, and I'm bypassing that. So, and from what I know, they've been sitting in that for a long time, waiting for that to clear up, you know. So, for those of y'all that don't run a CB, you might want to get you one, because you know it's gonna save you in the long run. You know, if you can tone out the BS that people speak on it, you know. But one thing I can say in all my years of driving, you know, we come together when it comes to that interstate getting shut down. They're gonna come together as one on that radio and tell you how to get around it. You know, me, I got off well in advance. I do know they got some construction, some more construction, like right after the 75-40 split. So I'm not sure. I may just ride US 11 all the way, even past that, but we'll see. Okay, in all seriousness, y'all, and I've been saying this for a long time, construction zones, it needs to be studied. Like the people that lay these cones out, you know, whoever they answer to, it needs to be studied, because look at this. Pretty much gotta ride the damn rumble strips. Needs to be studied, because this don't make no sense. Wow. I mean, I get it, you know, that they have to do the roads, you know, fix the road, pave the roads, whatever. I don't care what no one said. I don't care what no one said. It needs to be studied. Fortunately, you know, this is a pretty smooth shoulder, but there's sometimes you're not always this lucky. And what gets me is sometimes you'll go through these construction zones and it'll be miles and miles of cone. And sometimes you won't see not a single worker. So I got about 2 hours, 45 minutes left. And I only got 2 hours, 36 minutes before I have to take a break. I think if it wasn't for all those hills, mountains, and downgrades, I probably could have made it without having to take my 30, but oh well. Probably gonna stop at this Love's here, grab some coffee, or I'm sorry, the next Pilot I see, I'll probably stop and grab some coffee and find me an off-ramp, take my 30, and continue on to Nashville. stop this, and we'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Hey y'all, so we are back 2 days later. So on the last clip I had ended off in Nashville. I ended up not filming that night. Hold on y'all. My energy was just off that night, and not to mention the AC in the truck decided to give out shortly after I left Nashville. So yeah, that day it was just bad from the start. Ended up spilling my food that I just heated up, and it was just bad. The air went out. Nonetheless, I did get the air fixed. I'm in West Atlanta currently. So shout out to the West Atlanta shop. They were able to, they just so happened to have the part, and they were able to get it fixed. But just to sum up, when I left Nashville, I went straight down to our Atlanta break bulk, then went to ATL. Then they shot me over to Columbus, and then to West Atlanta, where I ended my day. So again, tonight is Friday. I actually got a straight shot to Orlando for 451 miles. I got a Fort Myers and a Miami. Let me see, 107. Not too heavy, 22.2 on the lead with 14.6 on the rear. I'm not gonna lie though, had everything went well. That would have been a good night to film last night, but like I said, my energy is off. You know, rather than giving y'all bad energy, I just rather, you know, not record. You know, it's funny enough, when I got to Nashville, a city driver did end up using the truck, and he just so happened to be a subscriber of the channel. So shout out to you if you do end up seeing this video. But I wish you would have told me, man, that the air went out in this truck. But nah, it's all good. Things happen. So let me get this all hooked up, y'all, and I will catch y'all in just a second. Yeah, I know y'all saw it. I'm gonna have to go to the shop and get that fixed, that light fixed. And there's no doubt in my mind, whoever had that trailer last probably knew that that light was out. I have no doubt that they knew. They just didn't want to take the time to write it up. It's all good though. We'll get it taken care of. It's all good. One thing about this terminal here, they got the check lane, so we'll be able to get that taken care of. And good thing is it's only 451 miles, so I'll be able to make it home before having to take a break. I plays no games. I'm trying to get it done. I will tell you this though, now that they done fixed the air, it's probably the coldest it's ever been. Yep, got the fun stuff, of course. All right, y'all, I'm gonna run over to the check lane so you can get that light fixed, and I'll catch up with y'all in a little bit.